Hello everybody, it's Tracy. Today I have something a little different to share with you. So today what I am going to attempt to do is make a video of me making a card. Now this is something that I've wanted to try for a long time, but I'm finally getting around to it, and so we'll have to see how it goes. I don't edit. The little bit of editing that I do is very, very, very simple and elementary. So I'm going to attempt to do this video in real time, and you'll see me making a card. I had to do some preparation because if I did everything right now, it would take forever. This would be such a long video. And I did use a colored image, which I colored last night because I don't color on camera generally because I'm not a Copic certified person or anything like that. My coloring is hit and miss. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good, sometimes it's okay. But generally, it's okay enough for me to put on a card. So that's how that goes. Okay, so let me get started. Today, what I'm making is a fall card. Okay, and what I'll be using is the Nightfall collection by Recollections. I showed you this when I used another card a little while ago, but you can get that at Michael's, of course, and I love this paper. And I'm using some paper from this Recollections cardstock pack, and this is the Spice Market pack. Okay. Now I'll show you my sketch that I did. This is my sketch. So, yeah, I think I'll be sticking to it, I guess. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so first of all, let's get out some cardstock. So this is Vintage Cream by Paper Tray Ink that I will cut. Move this out of the way. Okay. So here's my paper cutter. And this is going to be a 5.5 by 5.5 inch card. So let's see if you can see this. I have limited space, so hopefully I'll stay in frame, but you may not be able to see everything that I'm doing because of my space limitations. Okay. Alright. So that's 5.5 by 11. And then I have to score it. And this is, I'm using my small Martha Stewart scoreboard, which I love. This thing comes in handy. It's so much easier. So I'll score at 5.5 here. It's so much easier to, oops, look at that, to use. Well, it's not easy to use, but it's easier to handle because it's smaller, in a smaller space. Okay, so then I'll put that away because I don't see myself using that again for this card. Okay. Now let me see. Here are some of the papers that I pulled out of the pack to use. And now I just need to, oh, okay, now I remember what I thought I would do. I did cut out some of these pieces from this paper. Oh, and the stamps that I colored are these. Fall Hansel. These are CC Designs stamps. So that's Fall Hansel and Fall Scene. And so, where did they go? Okay. Here's Fall Hansel. And I did alter his hair to make him curly hair. have curly hair. And then here's the Fall Scene. So I'll put that over there so that I don't misplace them. Okay. So next, let's take this Recollections paper. And cut it down. Okay, so since the card is 5.5 by 5.5, I'll cut a little smaller. And it's more than 5 3/4. So it's basically 2 ticks down from 5.5. I don't know what that is, but that's how I do it. Okay. That's okay. And then I'm going to cut this piece. Down 2 more. So this will be 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Okay. So those will be my matted pieces. I think I might need to cut that down a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to cut this one down a little bit more. Just a tad bit more. Wait a minute. I said 5 3/4. It was not 5 3/4. It was, what was it? I don't know. But anyway, I'm just cutting this down a little bit more. Because I want a little bit more of a border here. Okay, that's better. So next, what do I mean, you should see I have my okay, so next what I want to do is this little piece here, which when I was drawing it, I was thinking maybe it would be a ribbon, but I've decided not to make it a ribbon. It'll be paper, and this is the paper that I'm using. And I think I'll cut that down to 1 inch. 1 inch strip by, I don't know how. So what I'm doing, instead of measuring it, I'm just going to mark where to cut it. And it's going to be this line right there. Yes, I do the easy, go the easy route most of the time. Okay. So that's that. And how I'm going to want these, let's see if I can get this up. There, and that. So something like that I want it to look like. Okay, so now what I need to work on is the matting for the image. And the reason I ended up making it a 5.5-inch card is simply because the image is kind of on the larger side. See, that's one of the good things about using the digital images, is that you can make them any size you want. But, so now I'm trying to figure out, do I want it like that? Yeah. Because this paper is still, of course, designer paper, but it's not as busy as some. And I didn't want it to be plain. Otherwise, I would have just left him on plain white paper. So, let's see. Oh, and by the way, I colored the images on Nina cardstock, in case anyone is interested, with Copics. Okay, so I have a mat there. Get my ruler. I have to measure this. So I have this a little over 3.5 by 4. Okay. So that lets me know that I need to have this piece at least 4.25 in height, and then this piece a little over 3.5. I hope. See if that works, and it does. Okay, so that works. Let's see if it'll fit on my card now, the way I want it to. Let's see. Okay, good enough. So I will round these corners. I'm going to use the 1/4 inch side. And that's that. And I'll round, do I want to round? Actually, I'm thinking I'll just round those. I won't round the others. Yeah, okay. So, that is that. I was planning on putting a sentiment under there. So let me see what I want to use. I think I want to use my file tab. But which one? This one? Get it off of there. Or this one. I think I'll try the one that's really a file tab, not the oval tab or the bracket tab. And where are my stamps? Okay. So, what I'll do is cut it from some scratch paper. This is my paper tray ink scraps. Find a piece, and I think I can. Yeah. Okay. So I'll use my Cuddle Bug here. All right. You'll see my plates are so beat up. Look at that. They are just pretty beat up, but they work, so there is no need to change them yet. I'm going to use these plates until they break. Okay, here we go. Move my and I have this piece here that I'll put under there. Let me see. Yeah, this is how I figure out my cards. I'm just going along with it. I'm going to use Autumn Sentiments by Evie Yard. I'm going to use You're the Pick of the Patch. So now I just have to get that one out. And a stamp block. Maybe I need a bigger stamp block. If I can. Okay. Alright. Alright. I think that'll be okay. Like that. Now I just need some ink, and I will use Brilliance Archival ink. That seems to work pretty well. Nice and dark, and hopefully I will not mess this up, because then if I do, that means that I have to cut another piece. And maybe I should have cut another piece just in case I messed up, but I didn't. So I'm really hoping that it comes out okay, because I do not want to. Okay, it came out okay. Not perfect, but good enough. I'm not going for perfection here. I never do with my cards. I figure a handmade card is just not going to be perfect. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to ink this up a little bit with walnut stain ink. by, you know, Distress ink. That's what that's going to be like. I'm off camera, but I have to get this close to me so that I can see better, because my eyesight isn't like it used to be in my older age. And sometimes I just have to see things close up. Okay, so I inked that piece too. I'm not inking up the rest. I'm not inking up every single piece of paper because I just don't feel that it's necessary. So first of all, let's get this piece stuck on. I'm using my ATG gun. That lined up there. Okay. There. How to this one lined up too. Okay. This is actually a pretty simple card. I don't even have any embellishments. I'm just using paper, which doesn't always happen, but in order for it to be pretty, well, that's just how the card came out. And then, of course, who knows how it will come out later. I might decide to add some more stuff, but so far, this is it. Things just tend to evolve in my card making. I might think it's going to come out one way, and it very well may, but it can also come out a totally different way. Just depending. Okay. Now I'm going to glue down this piece. And I'd use my lines to try to keep things pretty straight. It's not always perfectly straight, but straight enough. Okay. I'll figure out how to put that down there. Okay. So I guess the way I'll do that is just tape this across here like that, and then lay this down here. Hold that. Hold that there. And put that right there, I think. Whoops. It stayed down there. Huh. I don't think I had the tape further enough down. Okay. That's a little bit crooked. Yes, I'm fiddling with this in real time. Okay, I guess that's straight enough for now. Okay. Let's see. Make sure everything's gonna fit properly. All right. So, I think I can put this down here. So let me ATG it up. I always put a bunch of ATG tape on, and I probably don't even need that much, seriously. But that's how it makes me feel good to know that it's really stuck on there. Okay, and I will ink up a little bit those little arrows with some walnut stain. That's what I'm doing now. Okay, a little bit. I think, oh my gosh, I hope you guys didn't hear that. That's my stomach growling. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, it's early and I have not eaten. I have my coffee here, but I haven't even drank much of it. Too busy making a card. That's what I'm doing. I think that might be better. Not, making it stick all the way down until I see that I want it that way. Okay, so I think that's good. Let that down. And now it's time for some pop dots. Or in this case, pop squares. Yes, I put quite a few on. Just want to make sure it's all going to stay and not have parts that are not sticking down. So I cut those and put these little pieces in the little parts. There. And one more piece on. Oh, this is a long video. I just saw, oh my goodness, I just saw the time. Okay. So, let me get all these little pieces of paper off the back so I can stick it down. So I don't know if I'll be able to load this whole thing up, or I'll have to cut parts out, or I don't know what I'm going to do. Like I said, I'm not an editor anyway, so who knows, but hopefully the final result will be okay. So you can see what I did. And I put that right there. Okay, so that's the front of the card. Let me see what I can do for the inside. The inside, the plan was for it to be just pretty simple. And all I wanted to do was just put a mat in it. Add a little under, so 5 1/4 then. 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. That'll go inside there, and I will round the corners with my crocodile corner chomper. And I'm going to distress the edges with some Lorna Stain. Open card. And sorry, I just hit the camera. Who knows what that looked like. Okay. So that's the inside, and on the inside I'm going to put this little pumpkins that I colored. Let me put those right there. I don't always finish the inside of my cards. I try to do it most of the time, but sometimes I leave it just, you know, so that I'll have lots of space to write, or whoever uses the card will. But in this case, we have plenty of space to write. So why not? Okay? So, that's the finished card. Hopefully you can see it well. And this is the inside. Done. There you go. So, thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. This was fun. I liked it. Okay, thanks everybody. Bye-bye.